India is hosting the highly anticipated AI Impact Summit at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the summit this evening, kicking off a transformative conversation on artificial intelligence. The summit, which will run until February the 20th, brings together global leaders, innovators and policymakers, including French President Emmanuel Macron, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva, and Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva to explore AI's potential in shaping the future. The summit's theme reflects India's commitment to using AI for the greater good, striving for welfare and happiness for all. With over 7,000 square metres of space, the summit provides a platform for collaboration among businesses, startups, state governments and research institutions. Additionally, international delegates will engage in discussions about exploring new opportunities within the global AI ecosystem. We are being joined by our correspondent Thomas Porteous, who is on the ground covering the summit live from Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. Thomas, what are the key events scheduled for day 2 of this AI summit, and which major speakers or voices are lined up today? What's the situation like on ground?
Well, thank you very much, Ellie. You're joining us from a heaving hall where we're looking at many different exhibits and exhibitions of how artificial intelligence really will play into the future, especially here in India. It's moved from having those discussions to actually making practical movements, and you can see that with some of the exhibits here. Now, as you can see, over 200,000 people are expected here at the summit, many of them flooding the halls around me. We're expected to see many international speakers today, prior to those 2 days at the end of the week, which will see some of the leaders of both geopolitics and the tech world. But of course, we have seen applied artificial intelligence majorly discussed today, whether that's education, whether that's agriculture, but the social good is at the forefront of today's discussion. Inclusive growth and social equality, moving artificial intelligence for something that doesn't just affect the corporate minority, but can indeed benefit India's 1.4 billion people and beyond. A huge focus on governance and artificial intelligence as well today. Of course, AI sparks many concerns, and so there are hopes to iron out some of those concerns, whether that be safety barriers, data protection, among other things. This, of course, is a huge publicly scaled event. As we've said, the world has its eyes on New Delhi currently, with the Prime Minister inaugurating the event yesterday and those key speakers expected later on this week and later today. We've seen the CEOs of Dell, Deloitte and other corporations speak today, but of course the speakers are only going to get better over this week. So yeah, we'll continue to bring you all the updates coming from the ground and beyond as soon as we get them here from the Bharat Mandapam. Thank you.
Thank you, Thomas, for giving us that live report update. We are now being joined by Gaurav Vats, who's a cybersecurity expert, who's joining us from New Delhi to also talk more about this AI summit in New Delhi. Thank you for joining us here today on NewsX World. As this is the first major AI summit hosted in the Global South, What message does it send to the world, particularly the West, regarding the future of AI development and global collaboration?
Yeah, hi Ali. So first of all, India, when we represent AI on a global scale, right? We are the third most country which is being used. AI is being used, and we are very much competent enough to be at number one position very soon, just because we have the largest user base of digital users. And India is not only having that user base, but we are also very strong in geopolitical vision in between US and China. So India is having a strong user base and as well as very strong on the geopolitical side. Furthermore, what AI is dependent upon, AI is most dependent upon the data, because in AI, the systems have to learn about how the things and decisions are made, for which it requires data. And India is having the enormous database across the globe. We have the richest UPI, which is already the most famous product globally. And other countries has requested us to give them our complete backbone of UPI. So we are the global leaders in today's world. Yeah.
And given the debate at the summit about a fair compensation for news publishers who content is used to train AI models, what regulatory or business models might emerge that respect intellectual property while still enabling AI innovation?
So we are already having lots of AI startups that are having their intellectual property showcased over there, and these startups are working in majority of the majority of the fields, whether it is digital governance, whether it is smart policing, whether it is defense intelligence, whether it is education, healthcare, and the most impacted area is at the agriculture domain, wherein we are using the capabilities of digital AI-based drones, which are providing the resources to the farmers, with which our farmers have upscaled their not only the business but the country's economy.
And
Yeah.
with over 700 sessions planned under thematic working groups addressing AI safety, governance, ethical use and data protection, what concrete deliverables are expected by the end of the summit, and how might they translate into actionable AI policy at national and international levels?
You'd be proud to know that we had already launched a Gazette notification last week before the starting of this summit, and we are already launching a new framework which will give a new kind of dimension to the global AI usage. Very soon you'll see to it. Yeah.
And what can we expect in the coming days in the AI summit? What are we going to expect to come out of these?
The major business owners across the world will come up with this AI as a new direction. Our business leaders, whether it is Ambani's or Adani's or Tata's, we all are, let's say, giving them a strong backhold from the government side so that they can launch up their products, and we are not lagging behind anywhere. And you'll see some good in fact, the latest kind of AI innovations within next 2 to 3 months only, which we are unable to, let's say, disclose it right away.
Thank you so much, Gaurav, for joining us here today on NewsX World. Thank you.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, at the AI Impact Summit, Kartikeya Sharma, who is a member of Parliament, India, spoke about the impact of AI in healthcare and AI's ground level impact in breast cancer detection at early stages done via NXT Foundation. Let's listen to what Kartikeya Sharma had to say.
Often about disruption, scale, valuation and speed. But here is the real test of innovation. Does it stay inside the conference halls, or does it actually step out and affect people's lives, touch it intrinsically? The NXT conclave was born out of the very question. It was not designed to be another summit of speeches or an applause. It was created as a platform to discuss, track, and implement ideas that create measurable long-term impact. When we conceptualized NXT, the intention was simple: bring policymakers, scientists, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders into one room, not to exchange visiting cards, but to exchange responsibility, not to admire technology, but to deploy it. On the 1st of March 2025 at Bharat Mandapam, right here where we stand, experts demonstrated AI-enabled breast cancer detection technologies. For many in the audience, it was a breakthrough device. For me, it was a moment of clarity, personally. I must share this before I speak any further, because this is something which was very emotionally attached to me. My elder sister, for about 16 years ago, who herself was a doctor, was diagnosed with breast cancer in the 3rd stage. And this is while she was working at Johns Hopkins. And in spite of the fact that she was a doctor, she had problems in knowing that she was plagued with this problem, with this disease. So in this technology exists, why should it remain confined to hospitals in metropolitan cities? Why should awareness, access, and affordability decide survival? Because in India, the breast cancer is not only a medical challenge, it's also social silence. According to the Indian Council of Medical Research, breast cancer accounts for nearly 28% of all cancers in women in India today. And the Globocan estimates more than 2.3 lakh new cases annually, which also results into about 90,000 deaths every year.
French authorities have opened a murder investigation into the